Welcome back to Market Makers on PromoGo TV. I'm your host, Rusty Pepper. On Market Makers, we explore the fascinating world of wine, beer, and craft spirit makers and the stories behind these amazing brands. Joining us today is Chris Seals, the CEO of Still Austin Whiskey. Welcome to the program, Chris.
Thanks, Rusty.
Appreciate you coming on today with everything going on out there with the Chinese virus, COVID-19, whatever everybody's calling it. How is that impacting your business?
Well, it's impacting it different, yesterday than today and different today than tomorrow. We are just responding as best we can. We today got a new order about a few minutes ago from the city of Austin, so we're just digesting that. But we're trying to help out and supply the folks that are first responders with supplies that they may need, and that for us and for a lot of distilleries includes making sanitizers like hand sanitizer to be able to help protect workers.
It's a convenient byproduct.
It is. That it is.
I was talking with Ian McNeil up at Glass Vodka last week about it because they're doing the same thing. What I love is how many distillers are out there doing this and putting, participating in helping solve this crisis in the regional and local level. So awesome job for what you guys are doing. I know it's a lot of extra work, but it's guys like you and distilleries and companies like yours that make all the difference in situations. So you went from being an analyst to CEO of Still Austin Whiskey. How did you make that transition?
Sure. So I'm an economist. I had a consulting firm for a long time. My dad contacted me and wanted to start a craft whiskey distillery about the time that he retired. He was kind of bored at home, nothing to do. I honestly thought, as an economist, that this sounded like a terrible idea. And I thought, probably what makes more sense is for us to do a feasibility study on opening a craft whiskey distillery, and then that will provide a way for Dad and I to spend a lot of time together and enjoy ourselves and bond and get Dad through his late life crisis, and then we'll come to our senses and decide this is a terrible idea. But what actually happened was, in the middle of that, we kind of fell in love with what we were doing, and state laws had changed, and that made it more feasible to open a craft whiskey distillery. And so we did, and it's been a wonderful journey. It's helped us to, our focus from the beginning with all of our partners has been, to focus on what we can make here out of what we grow here in our area, and make something that's a really unique local expression of American craft whiskey. And so all of our grains, 100%, have always been grown by local farmers. That gives the grain varieties are ones that have great flavor that are a little different than what you typically have in bourbon. And it's been really fun just seeing kind of how those things mature. And as time goes on and the whiskey continues to age in the barrel, we're really excited about what we're tasting now and what we're going to be releasing in the future.
That's awesome. So let's talk about the products that y'all actually make there. So you've got your bourbon whiskey, and you do gin. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
Our rye gin. Yes.
Rye gin. Okay. And what I like is the fact that so many craft distillers use regional products, regionally sourced, locally grown, milling them locally. Is that everything that you are doing there as well?
Yes, we do everything from grain to glass, and we work directly with farmers. We believe that that's important because it controls the quality, and you can really bring out the flavor of the local grain. The rye gin is a little unusual in that normally gin is made from a neutral spirit, but we make ours from a base of rye whiskey. And rye is kind of a sweet and spicy grain. That's a flavor that we like here. It's a big part of our food culture, that sweet and spicy profile. And so that gives it a really unusual and nice flavor.
Hey, Chris, let's switch gears a little bit because I want to talk to you a little bit about your past experience in making spirits and what your team looks like there at Still Austin.
Put together a real superstar team that is able to make the very best that we can out of the things that we have in our region. And so from Nancy Fraley, our master knows, she's kind of an expert in master blending of spirits and the maturation of them. We have John Chappell, who's our lead distiller. He's a young guy that's worked at a couple of distilleries, a lot of passion, and have really paired him up with our master distiller, Michael Delevante, who's one of the most experienced master distillers in North America. So we've got a really great team on the distillation side, and really an incredible and devoted, young, vibrant team on the marketing and sales side that's just done a spectacular job of building a company that is really focused on our community, taking care of folks, and try to be as entirely transparent in everything that we do, and make some really delicious whiskey.
You're doing a good job with that, and you're in a great town. I mean, Austin is absolutely blowing up around where you are, because you're down in South Austin. How is when people are coming into Austin for all these different events or weddings, bachelorette parties, bachelor parties? I imagine y'all draw a lot of people based on your location down there for those type of celebrations.
Yes, we do have a lot of celebrations, and a lot of people that are just curious on where their things come from. They want to learn more about how it's made. Sustainability is something that matters to us, and we include that in our tours. So you kind of learn about what we're doing to try to support the local grain economy, how we're operating in a way that is sustainable. So that it's interesting, it's fun. We do have a lot of folks that come on Saturday. Obviously, they can't come right now during this pandemic, but once this passes, I'm sure that people will want to come back and be able to have a whiskey. I know for myself, I would probably enjoy one at that time as well. But yeah, we do have a lot of visitors, and it's a really fun space. We're located at near South Congress in St. Elmo, so it's very convenient to Austinites and to people who are visiting Austin.
Yeah, it's a cool area. Indeed, a cool area. So what is your favorite way to drink your whiskey? Do you drink it neat, or?
I am a neat whiskey drinker. I love the notes. I love taking the time to taste it. I also just love the experience of having a neat whiskey with someone else, because when you do, you slow down. And I mean, you're raising a glass, you're celebrating their worth, your relationship with them, and it's like you don't have that very often. I think that that's something that makes whiskey really special. And so I love those moments. I love the ones that I've got to spend with my dad. I love the ones that I've got to spend with every person on our team, and everyone that I've ever spent a whiskey with, spent a moment having a whiskey with. And so I love it. And I love trying all sorts of things. So I'm pretty adventurous.
I like that. Little memory banks. Those are what life is all about, is, those little celebrations, those little milestones, those little memories that we all, take and put away and reflect on later. So how did the name Still Austin come about?
Yeah, it's a very simple name, right? Very straightforward. We are a whiskey still is kind of at the heart of what we do, and we're in Austin. But we also wanted to focus on the things that make Austin special and are authentic. And that's why we took so much time, took us really several years to build the distillery and to be able to build the network with local farmers. And it takes seasons of growing to be able to get grains that are from our place. We believe that kind of captures the spirit of Austin and has a second meaning to our name. That we are Austinites love things that are real and authentic, and we are Austinites, and we do too. And so we thought that seems like a fitting name for what we believe in.
I think it's fantastic. I think everything y'all have done is exceptional. So people can find. I know y'all are just the easiest way, if you're in Austin, go to the tasting room when it's open outside the pandemic, but to buy it. But you're also distributed across Texas, correct?
Yes, we are. You should be able to find us in your local liquor stores, and we Also in bars and restaurants once they're able to open for regular drinks again.
Yeah. And what's the last question I've got for you before we wrap up is, what's one piece of advice you'd give to someone who's just starting out or is considering opening up their own distillery?
Oh, opening their own distillery. I think it's a wonderful journey. I think that you should do it with someone that you love, and you should share it and enjoy every single minute of it. There's hard ones, but every single one of them is 100% worth it.
That is fantastic advice. I can pretty much apply to any parts of our lives. So thanks for not only sharing that, but more about Still Austin Whiskey, Chris. So if you'd like to learn more about Chris and Still Austin Whiskey, please visit us at promogocrm.com and check out our blog. And if you'd like to be considered as one of our future guests on one of our Market Maker shows, please reach out to us directly because we'd love to talk to you about being one of our amazing guests. Until then, I'm Rusty Pepper, VP of Sales at Promogo. Thank you for watching.